Hi, we are from Group 3, Section 1. We chose Majlis Bandaraya Shah Alam or MBSA as our local authority. The title of our project is The Process of Plan Submission in Majlis Bandaraya Shah Alam. We have four group members. Let me introduce them to you. We have Muhammad Shafiq, Nur Elisa Anis, myself, Julia Alicia, and Siti Nur Khadijah.
So this is about our introduction. We choose Majlis Bandaraya Shah Alam. So Majlis Bandaraya Shah Alam, MBSA is local authority for Shah Alam, north of Petaling District and east of Klang District. This founded on 7 December 1978. This MBSA is agency under the Selangor State Government. The MBSA is responsible for public health, sanitation, waste removal and management, town planning, environmental protection and building control, social and economic development, and general maintenance function of urban infrastructure. The MBSA main headquarters located at Persiaran Perbandaran Shah Alam. Next is background of local authority. This local authority is located in Selangor, so the plan submission will be submitted to the MBSA via online or offline submission. You can send it to the application via an online portal in www.auscoline.mbsa.gov.my. You can submit document and form as in the list of documents and record. Document and record can be forwarded to the bagian pusat setempat OSC MBSA by a chartered town planner. There is a list and supporting document that are required. The land owner and anyone with the landowner's written consent are eligible to apply for this plan submission. Next is payment and receipt for this plan submission can be done in OSC counter. A person may carry out any building work once he is granted the formal approval by permission MBSA. There are several types of simultaneous applications submitted at the OSC counter. The charter period for this application is 40 days. The applicants will be given an appointment date if the complete application by the applicant is received.
Process of a plan submission. Application for plan approval should be submitted to the local authority concerned with uniform building bylaws applicable to the locality. As for our project, we decide to make MBSA as our local authority. There are 12 steps of planning permission application process. Start with MBSA or AC counter which the applicants has to take turn and do the preliminary review at the MBSA planning department. Applicants also can do the application through online which the assistant OAC officer will check the application. Applicants submit comments along with application form and related documents at the MBSA OAC counter. Applicants can proceed with the payment and submit the receipt to the OAC counter. OAC counter officer will submit the acknowledgement of the receipt of the applicant to the applicant. Next, Director of OAC is responsible to prepare and submit the certificate paper to the OAC division. An assistant OAC officer will have one-stop center committee meeting (MJKPS). The process will end here if the application is rejected. If the application is passed, Director or Assistant Senior of Planning will pass or conditional pass distribute policy approval to the applicants. Applicants have to take actions such as policy approval and submit evidence of action that has been taken to the MBSA Planning Department. Next, Town Planning Officer will check the document. If needed, step 5 has to be repeated. Town Planning Officer will submit the planning permission certificate form to the applicants. Next, applicants submit the certificate plan together with the planning permission certificate form to the OAC counter. And lastly, Director of Planning will issue planning permission and approved plan to the applicant. This whole process takes 93 days, 1 hour and 50 minutes. Next is rules involved in the plan submission. Principal submitting person or PSP or qualified person are allowed to submit building plan to the MBSA. Certificate of Completion and Compliance (CCC) will be issued upon its completion with all Form GS that are fully certified by the respective submitting person, SP or PSP. PSP also can be a professional architect, professional engineer by the condition which will practicing certificate PEPC or registered building draftsman authorized to submit building plan. SP is also permitted to submit the relevant plan to local authority. Professional architect or registered building draftsman or PEPC is the only one that can act as PSP with the accordance of joint memorandum issued by Board of Engineers and Board of Architects. PEPC can only submit engineering plan that must be in relation to the branch of engineering. Let's move on to the advantages of the plan submission process. For offline application, applicants can clearly indicate how the proposal will be constructed, which they submit the required documents together with the fee and all certificates provided. Permission applications are more likely to get passed by the Council with the help of responsible officers that check the documents with given advice. As for online application, e-governments will be enabled while maintaining the documents in digitized version. Applicants can save time as well as all the concerned parties by hastening the approval process. Online facility also offer convenience in checking the status of application anytime you would prefer. Besides save time, you can also save money. Disadvantages of the process. In any process we do, there are still going to have the pros and cons. As for online application, it is fully designed application form or the site itself can contain bugs that cause it to critically dump metadata, crash entirely or fail to submit even when the applicant has completed all fields. For offline application, applicants need to make sure there are no other documents left out before heading to the office council to avoid rejection and has the possibility for some of the aspects of often present to local authority with incomplete documents during discussion and pre-consultation that can lead to further delay. Besides space issues, paper documents can cost you higher since you have to pay for the ink and the paper too. Unlike online documents, before submitting to the council, you have to make sure there is no error and always make a copy as in case because there is no other option on paper. And lastly, some people might find the procedures in MBSA are very complex and hard to comply with all the departments and offices involved.
The regulation acts in plan submission. The most pertinent and crucial laws to be complied to planning process where plan submission one of them are the National Land Code and LC 1965 and LC 2008, the Town and Country Planning Act 1976 Act 172, the Government Act 1976 Act 171, and the Environmental Quality Act 1984. In Section 19, the TCPA states that no person other than the local authorities shall commence, undertake, or carry out any development unless planning permission in respect of the development has been granted to him under Section 22, which is treatment of application or extent under subsection 24(3). Certificate of Plan Submission. As you can see, this is Certificate of Completion and Compliance CCC. CCC will be awarded to the developer who would have successfully completed their housing project when the qualified person has certified in Form F. Who is qualified person? Qualified person means a professional architect, professional engineer, or registered building draftsman registered with the bodies relating to their registration and building plan. The impacts of using online submission rather than paper-based submission. If qualified person decide to use paper-based submission, they need to face a few flaws in the paper-based plan submission, which is one of them is paper plans, of course must be submitted in person. And next, there is no simple method for checking for incomplete contribution. The actual physical transmission of paper-based plans to reviewers, and the plan needs to perform manual revision, comparison, and checks. All stakeholders are informed to alerts on the plan review process via dashboards on the web, and notification systems ensure that the proper individual receive the most recent material at the appropriate time and in real time. In addition to reporting on changes between early drafts and submitted drawings and plans that contain corrections highlighted by red line and marked up, the EPR program may electronically visualize a broad variety of documents, including reports, to the drawing, 3D models, GIS data, and more. By integrating into specific workflows that are strong, dependable, flexible, and auditable, an electronic plan submitter and review solution tackles this limitation. Now, let's look about online plan submission. The electronic plan and review EPS system make it possible to submit, manage, examine, comment on, and receive back paperwork relating to permits. The paperwork related to a proposed permit request is handled and managed by the EPR system. Some communities may find it challenging to control workflow and maintain organization during the evaluation process. Actually, internal workflow in the system is managed by EPR software, which is also monitors progress via performance dashboard, alerts, email notifications, and other means. Engineering documentation can be submitted electronically via a public website run by the municipality using an electronic plan and system software. Construction delays and project abandonment are caused by mistakes and delays in processing the plans. Municipalities are gradually implementing EPR systems to get over the problem with paper-based submitter. The convenience, speed, and confidence involved in submitting, reviewing, and ending the plan review processes are undoubtedly the most important advantage. If qualified person using online submission to submit their plan, it will save their times and increase reliability. A secure environment for the exchange and transfer of the most recent and up-to-date data document result from improvements in cooperation, workflows, and document management for all parties involved. The ability to audit what has changed, who made it, and when during the plan review process, as well as the decrease in the frequency in which plans are forgotten or lost inside municipal agencies. The right level of security can be used to grant offline and distance staff access to documents. This can improve public safety and save lives when structured plans are required during an earthquake, flood, or other similar incidents. It is especially crucial for field inspectors, emergency first responders, and disaster response teams. Another advantage of using online plan submission is plan review files begin electronically and should continue and end electronically. Engineering software programs like Bentley's MicroStation or Autodesk AutoCAD are used to construct the majority of digital blueprints. Native digital vector files should be supported for use when submitting plans electronically. The related data reference that frequently accompany native files make vector files big, which pose a number of significant obstacles for automated or electronic procedures. Municipalities are also less likely to invest in pricey CAD software license and maintain the skills necessary to use such advanced tools. The apparent standstill can be broken by properly implementing an electronic planning system that provides a secure file transfer, storage, access, and review mechanism for documents or data as well as network infrastructure. Next, automatic format conversion tools and alternative interoperable file formats such as iModels that minimize file size while maintaining fidelity and the essential attributes contained in the native DWG or DWGN file format once the file has been received by the municipality. Electronic planning systems also have publishing technology that ensures the integrity of the intellectual property and provides everything required to optimize and automate the plan check process creates. All popular native formats used by contractors, engineers, and architects that support publishing. Tools for viewing, annotating, and communicating are ideal for the main task of noticing and documenting changes in relation to code enforcement. There are significant advantages and benefits for both the applicant and the municipality when switching from a manual process based on paper blueprints to automated electronic file submission and transmittal. However, if expectations are not managed with a clear understanding of the plan review process, the benefits of an electronic plan review system will be at the best postponed or lost entirely.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and now I will present the task 2. For this task, we need to redraw the local authority plan and we choose Nas Nuri Construction House Plan. This is the real plan and this is our redraw plan. The area of the plan is 2,331 feet square. For this plan, there are 11 sections, which is the vertical section and 10 horizontal sections. It has 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and a porch. We redraw this plan using millimeter units. So now let me describe the detail of the plan. For the thickness of the wall, we use general dimension, which is 150 millimeter. The size of the door is 900 millimeter. The size for the window is 600 millimeter per window. We also included the septic tank, which connect to the kitchen and bathroom sink and the toilet too. For the drain detail, we draw 279 mm wide half from PC drain to engineering detail. Then in front of the porch, the drain was covered by PC to engineer's detail. Then we move on to the door. The door is made by metal frame decorative door to manufacturer's detail. For this project, we use 1:100 ratio scale.
And the last part is the conclusion. The locality that has been chosen is MBSA, and it was founded on 7 December 1978. This local authority are responsible for public health, sanitation, waste removal and management, town planning, environmental protection and building control, social and economic development, and general maintenance functions of urban infrastructure as mentioned earlier. To submit the plan, there are applications here online, and it has 12 steps to submit the plan submission. Why there are so many steps to submit this plan? It is to ensure that the building is safe and the structure is according to the regulations, law and guidelines. And this online method is very eco-friendly as we not use hard copy to submit the plan, and it saves so many times as we do not have to go to the office. That is all from us. Thank you.